up, guys? Welcome back to Faded Truth. Before you do anything, like, share, subscribe. Today I have Karlos Farrar on the show, also known as the R&B sensation. Hailing from Detroit to Vegas. How you feeling today?
I'm good. Just put on the record, you said that. You said R&B sensation, so
I'm just going off of what I saw online and all these videos and shit.
I'm using that for everything now.
So you first started singing at what age?
11.
And did you always, were you always attracted to, music? Who was people that you looked up to as influences when you were really little?
Michael Jackson was a big influence on my household. Prince, my dad loved Prince. He actually used to listen to a lot of Motown stuff, too. So,
okay.
Because of us being from Detroit.
Can you give me your best Michael Jackson impression?
I don't know. Come on. That's the best I can do right now. But I guess more relevant these days, probably Usher, Justin Timberlake, Ginuwine. I tour with Ginuwine. That's my dog.
Right.
So those guys really kind of molded me, I guess. MJ kind of kicked it off, but he stopped making music for a while. I was in 5th grade. Every fucking R&B singer back in the night, they had a rumor oh, he's gay. So in 5th grade, they're Usher's gay, right? Listen to Usher. And I'm not gay. Just so you know.
You're a songwriter as well, right?
Yeah.
So do you write all your own music?
I work with 2 songwriters, Kendall Brown and my dog Marcus White. We just vibe when we in the studio. So a lot of my music, 90% of it is me, and then the other 10% is
you need that help though. Is it nice to have people, other creatives getting in on it?
And I tell people that too. A lot of people want to do it all, and it's cool to do that, but when it comes to the creative process, sometimes you want to get input from other people so it doesn't sound complacent and the same. You
right.
know what I mean? You got people listening to
especially if you're listening to yourself forever. You're all right, maybe I need a new
a lot of people don't realize when they're singing the same cadence. It's deep. So
what was the first song that you wrote?
Oh wow. I was just talking about this the other day. Embarrassing. I was 11 years old and the song was called Would You Come For Me? Come save me. Not yet.
I was damn, he was getting it in early.
I
was listening to Usher at 7. That's what it
does. Would you come for me?
And what was it about?
It was just, I think it was would you come for me when I'm playing at the park? Would you come for me? Some crazy shit like that. And that's the first song I ever wrote. And it was terrible. My dad has a copy of it because he's the first person to take me to the studio. And it was the worst song.
Did you have support from him as well as your family growing up?
Yeah, he pushed me into it, because he did music, and he kind of just pushed me into it. Yo, if you're serious about this, I'll pull out all the stops. I'll get you wherever you need to go and get you on talent shows and stuff like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he kind of pushed me into it, and I just never stopped.
So your first big performance, what would you say is?
My biggest performance to date is probably performing with Trey Songz, Ginuwine overseas in Australia. It was a 5-city run, and It was Usher, Trey Songz, Ginuwine, T-Pain, me, and a few older acts like Salt and Pepper and.
So when it says you performed with those people, Usher, Nicki, 112, Jagged Edge, Monica, Tank, Trey, all these people, are you performing right next to them, or are you opening for them? How does it work?
More so opening.
Okay.
I got on stage with Trey Songz at one of the after parties that he was.
But you're actually meeting them. Are you cool with these people? You guys chop it up and hang out and stuff?
Definitely. Not Usher. Still have not.
Really?
Usher did not meet him though. He's like a ghost.
Damn.
He's like a ghost over there, dude.
That's gotta be
on
your
stage.
goal now.
Couldn't be
since 7.
I'm dog. I can't even get a fucking picture, dude. Could not get within 10 feet of this guy. 10 security guards. I'm I'm one of the performers. I'm performing. They're we don't care. I'm all right, cool.
When you say Ginuwine is your mentor, when did you meet him?
I met Ginuwine in 2013, and my previous manager, he saw just how I would go back and forth to LA from here. Literally, they'd be hey, we need to open it for the show, and I'd drive like that. Just all right, cool. And I just did it a few times, and I guess he kind of seen my dedication from it, and was yeah, let me manage you. But it turns out he was one of Ginuwine's road managers, so that's how we linked. So
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to China for 6 months, and then I got back, and he had a whole freaking tour set up with me and Ginuwine.
And that was the Ice Kream Man Tour?
Yep.
Where'd you get that name from?
That was from the single that I dropped that year, Ice Kream Man.
Okay, the one where you're on. I saw you on.
Yeah, the ice cream truck. Everybody said, "Bro, how did you get the ice cream truck?"
How did you get the ice cream truck?
My manager got it. I was all right. He's yeah, I got this ice cream truck. He's you know what? I'm gonna get on top of the ice cream truck, bro.
Who do you think out of all the stars that you have open for, who do you think is the most genuine?
I mean, I guess I see Ginuwine just because, I mean, it's kind of biased, I guess, because I was around him the longest.
But I guess you got to feel it.
Yeah, like he'd tell me stories. He'd give me advice on like different ways to like approach the stage. Like different things to say like when you're on stage. And the past few years touring with him is like,
I just love him.
Yeah, he gave me like like Aaliyah stories. I'm like, and I'm obsessed with Aaliyah. Like, I named my daughter Aaliyah. Like, I'm an Aaliyah fan. So, like, him telling me stories about Aaliyah. Told me a Tupac story once. He got all these stories. He's like, yeah, bro, it's crazy. He's like, man, we didn't have cameras back in the day. I'm like,
right.
Lucky.
Oh, all right. Well, meet me at 11:30. How is tour life? Because for me, not knowing anything about it, I just assume it's a bunch of pussy, fast food, and basically not showering.
Nah, I mean, it depends on how you go. So, like, okay, in 2009, I was a background dancer for my guy, Mike Shine. He was signed to Interscope. And he had a tour bus. So we did the BT Black College Tour, and it was like 22 cities. And that was like a tour bus. Ice Kream Man Tour was more so like kind of spread out. We started in like Atlanta, I think, and we made our way all the way to the West Coast. And that was 20 cities. We were flying. So it was kind of different. So we'd fly to a city, check into a hotel. Yeah. So it was a little more like relaxed. I honestly, though, the best sleep I've ever gotten is on the tour bus. I'm not going to lie to you. You would think it's the craziest thing.
Is it like the bunk beds?
It is. But it's like you sit on the bunk bed and then like the bus is moving. I don't know what it is. It's just like the most relaxing thing I've ever, for me personally. I don't know. That was fun. But I was also like 19 when I did that. So like now maybe I probably wouldn't like that so much.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's fast paced. You got to get to a city. If everything's running on time, you got to go do a radio interview, possibly to promote the show that you're going to be on. Go back to the hotel, get ready. You got to do press when you get to the venue. So you got to do interviews or whatever there, and then be mentally ready to do the show, too. And then after the show, it's an after party. So you got to go do the after party. You have to go. I had to go. I had to get as most exposure as possible, so I had to go do everything. Like, I couldn't miss anything. Like, Ginuwine would be like, nah, I ain't in the mood. I ain't going to do it.
Right.
But, I mean, the guy's been doing this for 30 years. Like, of course. But, no, I had to do everything. So it can be exhausting, but I mean, if you got the right people around you or people that you want around you that you love, it is more fun.
And who do you think shows you the most love as far as the cities you went to in like?
Oh man,
or like tough. Country.
Somebody gonna kill me. I would have to say El Paso was lit, surprisingly. Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
That was one of the most fun cities in Portland. Portland was super lit too. That's because I'd never been in. I didn't know that they had like this strip of like clubs and like Portland is lit.
So who's somebody that you want to collab with that you haven't yet?
Oh man, it's like a ton of people. I want to work with Bruno Mars badly. Pharrell, Ryan Leslie, super dope. Miguel. I'm really into like songwriting, so like Charlie Puth, super dope.
All right, so we're gonna start from the beginning of what you released music wise, and then we'll go to present. So 2017 album, A Karlos Farrar Story.
Yeah.
Was that your first album that you dropped?
That was my first official album, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long does it take you to write that? Or just in general? Does it change now that you're...
a collective of like over 3 years, and we just kind of like picked the best records and put it together.
Were you doing singles before that?
Yeah, just singles. Yep. Yeah, and we kind of just threw it together and was like, yeah, this is the album, guys, so first album. And it charted number 3 on Billboard's Heat Seekers. So that was pretty dope.
How'd you come up with the name? Are the songs all about your life, or...
Yeah, I guess it was because it was like a period of like 3 years, so we kind of just, and then we wanted to tell a story too. And I kind of had that theme with a lot of my albums. Like I try to tell a story from beginning to end. If when we were growing up, like we'd buy CDs and be super happy and spend our last like $15 on them, and I want to kind of have that feeling with my music. Like when people buy it, they're getting a story every single time, not just like a body of work that's just like thrown together and like,
right. So you can kind of be excited about it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, what's new in his life? I mean,
and then we have trap songs about girls.
Yeah, the EP.
Is that part 1 and 2?
Yeah, part 1, and then I made it part 2 because it's just like a vibe I was in, like just.
What is? I'm confused. Trap songs about girls, like why?
Because like girls, I feel like now women are like a little more like thuggish these days. You know what I mean? Like y'all really on some like thug shit. So like I just feel like women relate to it. And then Two Chainz, he put out that Pretty Girls Like Trap Music, and I'm like, they do. I'm like, trap songs about girls.
They do. Okay, then we had Journals of a Heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know a lot of your songs are like more love songs.
Yeah.
So where's your inspiration coming to make these? Like, are you the heartbreaker? Did you get your heart broken? Are you on both pages?
Man. Yeah, you know, I've broke hearts. I've had my heart broken. Journals of a Heartbreaker was more so like me probably breaking hearts along the way.
And it's like, do you think it was not intentional? Or were you just an asshole before and then you grew up?
I think I was an asshole.
Okay.
I can take accountability for that. I was an asshole.
Good
I'm a
job.
Scorpio, so.
So then we have Something You Could Vibe To.
Yep, that's the one earlier this year. That was just like I was just like in a zone. You know, COVID happened and like this year has actually allowed me, like, it's been tough mentally, I think, on everybody because it's like just a new way of life and like us having to adapt to, you know, get accustomed to like what we're not used to. But like creatively, this is one of the best years that I've had in a very long time. Like feeling inspired, you know what I mean? Like, because after a while, when you do it for so long, like I've been doing this since I was 11, it starts to feel like, I don't know, not forced, but like you don't want to ever lose like the fun part of it. So there were time periods where it wasn't fun. Like I was just doing it and it was like, all right, that's all I've ever done, so I'm gonna just keep doing it, I guess. But like this year kind of, you know, getting on TikTok came out and like seeing people be creative and like, so it was inspiring to me.
Well, I definitely agree because this is my most creative year. So we got the new self-titled album, Karlos Farrar, coming out December 1st.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How long did this project take you?
This one took probably about a year and a half. I went through a lot though. It's a lot of stuff on there, like.
And this is a story as well?
Yeah, just a specific ex in particular that just is miserable.
What
my
happened?
girl now, you know what I mean? Like she, you know.
So we're gonna hear the ex drama on this album.
You'll hear ex drama, and then you'll hear, you know, me being in love now. The basic love story. So like, you know, you meet somebody and like it's all fun, it's cool, it's like fun vibes. You know, you guys are like fucking every day and just having fun.
Honeymoon stage.
Yeah, the honeymoon stage, and it kind of goes into like, all right, you guys start to love each other. Usually around that stage, one person starts loving the other one more than the other. In my case, it's me. So I tell that story, or like how I start to just overexert myself and put more into the relationship than I was receiving, and then it kind of just goes into like this part where you're in a relationship and you're like, you don't even know if like you want to be in a fucking relationship because you're exhausted like at this point, and then it kind of just fades out and it starts all over. The process starts all over.
And then it starts with you meeting your current girl.
Yeah, I have another album that I'm working on now that's really like all about her. So like it'll just transition. I want the albums to kind of just tell a story every one.
All through your life. That's crazy. Okay, so your girl now, happy birthday. What's her name?
Kayla.
Happy birthday, Kayla. I know it won't be your birthday when you see this, but how hard is it, do you think, for her, or how hard is it for you to maintain relationships? Obviously, you're always singing about it, the good, the bad, and all that. But being with somebody in the industry, especially somebody that's always, this is their job and this is what they do, and they're always around different crazy people, how do you keep that trust? Is it ever a problem, or
I mean, we all humans, so we have our insecurities. I think it's my job to try to make her feel secure. So, you know, I try to include her in a lot, because like even with the process of making an album, like she's one of the executive producers on my album. You know what I mean? Because she has a great ear for music. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't really necessarily do music, but like her input, it matters because she's a woman. She relates, and then I go and hear other women and they feel the same way she does. You know what I mean? So it all works out in that aspect. As far as like doing shows, I mean, it could be things can get a little hectic sometimes. I try to include her when I can't include her. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm texting on FaceTime, and it's not because it's her. Like I want to, you know, I want people.
Well,
to think,
guys only do what they want to do.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I want to show her, like, oh, I care. You know what I'm saying? I want you to know that I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I don't want you to think. Give the impression like, oh, I don't text you for 5 hours, but I'm out on the road.
Right.
Like,
that's good.
You know
good job, Karlos.
But and it's
You're
not
a real MVP.
A lot of people think like, you whipped or you this and that. And it's
whatever,
like, bro,
bitch. At least I got I'm in love. How about that?
It's not even about that. It's not about being that. And my dad taught me that.
But that's what I'm saying. People be like, okay, you're whipped, but like, you're in a relationship. You deserve
That's
to
what
give your
requires-
partner that.
Yeah, that's what a relationship.
You know what I
is.
mean? That's what it is.
Yeah.
If you love this person enough to show them that you are being a good person and you care about them, then that's nothing to be ashamed about. You know, that's what you're supposed to do as a human.
Exactly.
Like, we're not fucking 20 anymore.
Yeah, and I think when you're younger, you like, your boys say something
Right.
like, nah,
You be like,
checking in.
whatever, fuck that bitch.
Now you grown, you're like, nah, bro, that's not the wave, dog. That's not the move.
Good for you. Men,
Not the
take
move.
notes.
Like, oh, you think you
KF.
know all that, huh?
So what do you think is the hardest obstacle you faced in the industry so far in your career?
Oh, man. It's so many ups and downs with this. Like, my daughter, she's showing me that she really wants to do it, and I'm kind of like, why you just want to go to college and get a degree? Because it's just like it's like, you know, like you starting a business in the entertainment and just going through all the phases, the ups and downs. It's like a lot. It's a lot mentally.
You're just trying to protect her?
Yeah, I think it's more so that because I know, like, I've seen it. And my selfish side, deep down inside of me, is like,
it could all be so easy.
It could be
Just
easier because sometimes I even be like, damn, I should have went to college, got a degree, make fucking 100,000, 150, 200, I'll be fine. But like then I wouldn't be happy because this is what I love to do. So I get that. I get it. You know what I mean? It's like a.
And what's her passion? Is it singing?
She likes singing.
Okay.
Like, she loves to sing. The hardest obstacle for me though is just learning that you don't really have like. You can't be really too nice to people. Like you can't think people are your friends. You know what I mean? Like you get hurt that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get seriously hurt thinking of somebody's friend because really to them it's business. You got to stay like business oriented at all times when it comes to like closing deals, doing shows. It's just a savage business. So like you got to understand that you can't really be soft.
Right.
Per se, that my dad would say you acting soft. You got to be tough in every aspect.
You gotta have
of
thick
it.
skin for this shit.
Yeah, you really do, and that's probably especially the course of the last 5 years. That's what I've learned. Like, you gotta like be firm and stand by what you want to do. You can't be passive at all.
I think it's hard when a lot of people are also like fake in the industry.
Yeah, it's
because I'm always been real.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
and
just like,
if we don't like fuck with you, we
just don't fuck with you.
We don't, or you know, it's not like
it's
sugarcoating and
it's a politic game, and especially on the West Coast, I know some more. It's way out here. It's like
there's no communication. There's like no sense of urgency. Everyone moves so weird.
Yeah,
like I can't even describe it. Like it's crazy.
It is crazy, and I try to explain that to people back home because they don't get like, you know, where I'm from. Like people just come out and say like, oh, they don't like something, they don't like something. They're just like, bro, I ain't like that, bro. That shit's trash. You know, somebody here be like, oh yeah, that shit was tight, bro, and then tell somebody else that they thought it was trash, and then they come tell you, and I'm like, bro, like
you could have just said it to my face.
Just told me, bro. Like, or you know what I'm saying, or it's just strange.
Just weird.
It is. What
you
it is.
just
like,
gotta keep being the genuine you because that's gonna show through all the other bullshit. You know what I mean? The real recognize the real. What is fresh as ever?
Fresh as ever. That is me, my brother Brandon, and then my best friend Lee. At first, it was just like a lifestyle. Like when we were like little knuckleheads, thought we was fresh. And we just say, oh, we fresh as ever. We fresh as ever. And it kind of just started, we all did music. So, like, it kind of just started to, like, form into, like, this music thing. And then this year, actually, me and my best friend Lee, we started the label, which was, like, Fresh as Ever Entertainment. And we kind of, like, correlate that with everything. Like, not even just music. Like, the brand itself, we're trying to, like, expand past just music. Because Fresh as Ever, to me, it's just about being fresh. It's a mindset. It's a lifestyle.
What do you guys do? Because it says music, fashion, entertainment, and health.
Yeah, so basically we're just now getting into the health part of it. As far as like experiment with like colognes, perfumes, stuff like that. We really want to hand sanitizers. Like we were gonna, COVID happened. I'm like, yo, we gotta move on this right now. I want like coats and like just like fly shit.
Right.
Like, I have like a big vision. Yeah, with the entertainment and the music that we was already doing that anyway. So. Now, like, all my albums that come out, the past two, and then this one coming out is all off the label.
That's so cool how you, like, start something, though, and then
it just,
with people, and then, like, before it was, like, whatever, and now it's, like, growing into a business.
Yeah, it's crazy. That is crazy. We want to sign artists. Like, I got a few artists right now on my radar. I'm like, yo, we got to get this.
You're going to be signing new artists and upcoming artists eventually?
Artists. Yeah,
okay.
That's always been something I want to do. Like, you know, being from Detroit and knowing Motown's history of how Berry Gordy did it, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, like, all these legendary people, like I want something like that. Like I want to be a guy with like, yeah, you know, Karlos discovered such and such, or he discovered such and such. And
nice.
That's something that definitely look forward to.
You were on TV and you did magazine appearances. What TV thing were you on?
Oh man, so I've done a few commercials.
What was your?
I got paid for them. I did a Coke commercial. Yeah. So, but they
Wait, were you just like with the Coke? Like,
yeah, it's like just I drink Coke. TV, I've done like so I was on Bad Girls Club when it was out here.
Stop.
Yeah.
Nice.
My
That used
boy
to be
Mizzy-
my ratchet reality show.
Mizzy
When I
got me on there. I'm like, bro. He's like, hey, so I'm dating this girl Gia, and I need to bring a couple of y'all with me to the house. And I fucking hated the way that shit played out because they played us so bad.
What happened?
They called it Revenge of the Scavengers, the episode. So like we get there and they're like, yo, yeah, y'all can't bring any alcohol, anything into the crib. Like
Right.
y'all gotta just come, turn your logos out, all that. You can't wear. I'm like, all right, cool. We went in. We get there, and the one girl, she's like, oh, you brought your bummy friends. They didn't even bring no drinks or nothing for us and this and that. And I'm like, yo, they said. I'm like, oh, they played us, and they just ran with it. Then none of the producers said
nobody said anything?
No, they just let it. They just filmed it. So all these girls talking shit. Yeah. Gia brought all these broke dudes here, and I'm like, oh, I see the
Revenge
episode
of the
back like,
Scavengers.
oh, they really played us so badly.
What perception do people have about you that's totally wrong?
Ooh, that's a good question. People close to me, they think I'm sensitive, and I'm like, I'm not really. It's not even that I'm really sensitive. I'm just passionate about certain things, like my kids.
How many kids do you have? Is it four? Okay,
Yes,
I saw the whole
Three girls
group on
and
there. I
one
was like,
son.
damn,
Yeah.
are they all this?
Yeah, my youngest is 3, and then my oldest is 11.
It's crazy because you guys can just keep making kids and look the same, but it's like if a girl has 4 kids, you're gonna probably notice a little bit. But guys, you're like, you look like a kid yourself. What do you think is your proudest accomplishment to date?
Man, honestly, Australia, performing in front of like 50,000 people, like that for me, I've been like chasing that. And that shit was crazy. Like the stage was so big, and like the air was just like different on the stage. I was just like, wow, like you could like if you yell, you're like losing breath. You're like, wow, this shit is crazy. And the energy, I've never felt anything like that before in my life. Like it was insane. Like I was like, I've been chasing that. So for me, that was like a moment where I'm like, wow, bro, this is really what I want to do. Like.
Wow.
Keep doing, like I gotta.
And it sucks now with COVID because we can't even have festivals or fucking concerts. What is your 2021 goals? You said you have another upcoming album you're working on as well already.
I'm gonna wait though. I'm probably gonna wait till 2022 to drop that one, but because I'm gonna really go hard and push this one like heavy with visuals. I'm trying to shoot visuals to like every single song because to me every song was important to me on this album. So like I really want to give that artistic vision and illustrate what I was feeling or how I felt when I made the song, and people to like see that so they could probably relate to it. Get on the radar for like a BET Award, Soul Train Award, or something around this time next year. Like that's the goal. Like that's the ultimate goal.
Nice.
And just keep moving forward from there.
Can you sing something for us?
Oh yeah. What do you guys want?
I don't know. Whatever. Acapella.
I ain't been put on the spot in so long. I'm like, damn, what I sing? Take your clothes off and get nude. I brought my camera out for you. Anything goes, there's no rules tonight. Remember that sex day we made in my bed. Knew that pussy was mine when you separated your legs. Over and over, playing back in my head. And next time I see you, you gotta do it again for me. 'Cause I can't wait to do it again. Make it rated again. Bring out that porn star and do it again. Do it again for me, babe.
Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about. That Scorpio talk right there.
I ain't saying acapella like it just on the spot so long. That's crazy.
Wait, so do you ever sing to your girl before you fuck?
Oh nah, this is the first time I ever tried this too, which is crazy. I don't know if this is because I get older and I'm just thinking like new ways to be like freaky.
Right.
So like before I like give her a head, like I like sing to it, like. But like I don't know, like and it like got
you
me
sing
more
to
riled
the
up.
pussy?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, yo, I told my boy, I'm like, bro, try it. Like he's like, bro, I don't fucking sing. I'm like, bro, but listen, even if you just talking down there, like it's different, bro. Like I don't know, something different about it. And he's like, this nigga crazy. All right, I'm gonna try it. Then he came back and told me, he's like, bro. So like, yeah, that's probably I mean, I
and she was for it. She was about it.
Of course she was.
All right, I didn't see. I thought she was gonna be like, what are you doing?
Nah.
So do you do anything to protect your mental peace?
Oh man, so this year I've definitely taken like social media cleanses because social media can be toxic, especially this year. Like, this year was like the worst, like with politics and all this other crazy stuff. Like, that shit took a mental toll. Social injustice, like this shit happening with the cops, it took a toll on me personally. So like, I definitely take times where like I'll go off social media for like a month. Just to like not be on, just to take a break.
And
it's
how do you do that though?
It's risky. Like right before I did this, I try to take a break. Like, or what I do is what I did the first time, which I kind of regret because some people was mad at me. I like unfollowed everybody, so it would make me not want to get on. Like, so, and it helped me. But some people don't get it.
Everyone's taking it personal.
They're like, you don't follow me, but I follow right back. I followed you guys back. I promise. Yeah. So I did that to keep me off of Instagram, and then Facebook. I just deleted the whole app off my phone. It did help though. Like, I did feel different because you're not seeing negative stuff, or you're not seeing certain things every day, and because it brainwashes you. Like, people don't realize.
What's your best life advice, or just advice for any artist?
For life, I would say do what makes you happy. I'm not trying to be cliche, but really, like, the older I get, I'm like, you got to do what the fuck makes you happy, because at the end of the day, it's your life. Like, not your mom, dad, brother, sister, it don't matter. You got to do what makes you happy, and be around people that make you happy also. Like, don't force relationships with people that don't want to be in relationships with you, period. Like, surround yourself with people that want to be around you and you want to be around them, and that give you positive energy, so you can like uplift and, you know, transport that energy to somebody else who may need it. As far as artists go, I would say get you a solid team, because you cannot do everything by yourself. I know you want to, but you can't. Trust me. You need a whole team. You need people around you that are willing to put in the work with you and that believe in you. Definitely need a team. That's like the number one thing I say.
All right. So do you have any other hobbies when you're not being a superstar?
I really want to learn to snowboard this year. Like, I've been trying to go for the past 10 years.
I feel like I've bust my ass. You going to Mount Charleston?
I have not gone to Mount Charleston, but I want to go this year. Okay. Like, I want to plan a trip with a bunch of people and just at least start learning, so that way as the years I can like just make one cool ass snowboarding video. But other than that, I just spend time with my kids, being a dad and watching them like experience things that I've already experienced. It's weird. Like when I was 10 or 11, I'm like, damn, this is what I did. Even though they're like glued to phones now. Yeah, well, my grandfather's Puerto Rican, so on my dad's side, his mom is white and black. So I mean, it's a mix.
So you're mixed with everything.
Yeah, and their mom is black and white. So
have you had to say anything to them or talk to them about how to act now with the whole BLM movement? Weird. And like, do they understand it?
They do, but like, it's just man, being a parent is tough, because like think you have in your head like how you gonna say something, and then like you don't want to be like a dick sometimes too, like the way you say it. Because we were raised different. Like, the way we grew up, like, our parents I feel like our parents weren't as in tune with, like, emotion. Like, they would just fucking discipline us and this and that.
Yeah, I never was taught emotion in my life.
Yeah, they didn't. And so we, like, dealing with that, and we trying to balance it with our kids. Like, it's different. But then I also feel like we cater too much to emotion now. Like, literally, everybody gets offended about every fucking thing. And it's like, yo,
everyone's sensitive and step on people's toes.
It was no, like, middle ground. So like, but my conversation with them was really like, yo, listen, so when you run into police, just do whatever the fuck they say and keep your hands where they can see them. Like, that's not guaranteeing that they won't fucking shoot you, or it's scary, but you just have to, you know, be alert and be respectful. Like, number one, just be respectful. Even if they're dead ass wrong, like, you don't have a gun, like, you don't have a weapon, they got the gun, so just fucking kind of just, and even with me, like, as I am, just like, I just keep my hands up, and they be like, yo, why are your hands up? I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Why? Like, are you kidding me right now? Why? So you can see them. Like, so you can see my fucking hands. Yeah, I want you to see that I have nothing in my hand. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go all the way. I'm gonna go all the way out. I'm gonna be extra, because that's just what it.
That's what it came to.
Yeah, and I'm saying, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. That's just what it came to.
What's the favorite tat you have? Which one means the most to you?
Probably the one with my grandmother and my nana, my cross. Her name's Dorothy. So like, my nana was in my mom used to work like extremely hard. She worked like 3 jobs, you know what I mean? And my dad was always working also. So like, my nana raised me the beginning portion of my life. So like, I was really close to her. And so yeah, that's like that was like my heart. So like, that's definitely my favorite tattoo for sure.
Well, I appreciate you being on the show, Karlos.
Thank you for having me.
Do you have a nickname?
Los. But every fucking Carlos has the name Los.
Loso?
So it's like,
Ferrari. Do people call you Ferrari?
Yes. Oh, so look. So like, I was thinking like back like 2 years ago, I was like, yo, I'm gonna give an alternate ego like Karlos Farrar, because Ginuwine calls me that. He doesn't call me Karlos Farrar. He says, yo, my man Karlos Farrar, and I'm like, damn, bro, but I don't own a Ferrari, so I feel weird having this name. Like, I need to get a Ferrari first before I can go by this name, and then I'll take on the
future,
Karlos Farrar.
It's gonna be like 2023 album Ferrari.
Yeah.
That's the next album.
Ferrari. Hey, there it is. Thank you for all the support, for all those who support me, and God bless and be safe.
Until next time, peace out.
Keeping my hands where they can see. Don't seem to make a difference. No longer a slave, but am I free? Can somebody help me?